Ba da pop ba da pop. Ah. I just no. I just thought we needed a
No,
little.
sir. No, go
Nope.
ahead.
Nope.
Proceed.
Nope. No.
No,
It's
no.
almost
After you, sir.
2025.
No,
I just no.
hey, go for it. Hey, you got it. Proceed, sir.
I got nothing. That's all I got. I was just like,
You didn't expect to be put on Front Street.
no,
Do the
no,
intro, bro.
yeah,
You're like, no, no,
no,
no.
no.
I've never seen you cower so quickly, man.
Yeah. It was a momentary bravery, and then it was like I think a split second where I was like, I've made a terrible choice. Nope. Should go back
Because
and
you
be like,
you interrupted me, so I'm like,
I know,
no,
I know.
no, proceed then.
as you were.
Just so you know, I had my hands cupped like this on my desk. Yeah. Also, y'all,
man.
welcome back to another episode of the Jovial Pursuit Podcast. I'm your host, Jovi, with my co-host, Brandon. How we doing, Brandon?
Good. I'm feeling relaxed after some time just to chill out, hang out.
Nice.
Good.
Been a slow week.
So I took the whole week off actually
Oh, nice.
because Christmas was a little bit. I mean, it was weird. It was like right in the middle. So like it was one of those where I was like, yeah, I'll just take the week off because it's a Monday before Christmas Eve and then following Christmas. It's kind of like I'm sure people either won't make appointments or it'll be like sporadic where it's just kind of like,
That's Joe's schedule right now.
yeah. So I took it off and have been in the land of they didn't have this toy when we were growing up, but we got our kids the sharing toy snap circuits. Have you seen these things?
Snap circuits. I don't believe
Snap
I have.
circuits. So it's like an engineering sort of toy where you can put these batteries in and then you connect all these little like snap like electrical components and they can do things like motion,
Oh,
like you can build like a motion detector, like a siren.
microphone, light controlled music. What?
Yeah.
Make your own battery.
Yeah. It's been
Oh, they're
so
learning
cool.
circuitry. That's really cool.
Yeah. So I saw it, we
Needed.
got it for our kids and like our kids have been like, what can we make? And it's just
You're
been
a good,
sweet.
good parent. Yeah,
It's been a lot of fun.
nice. Because that's the type of stuff that I plan on getting for Issa growing up. Like, yeah, we're doing educationals.
Oh
You
yeah.
get some other, stuff here and there, but we learning out here.
Yeah.
Like, I saw this one. She's still too young for it, obviously, but like maybe when she's a year old, there's a book kind of like that, but it's for learning computing. But it starts with like the basics of what's an on-off switch. So it shows the wires and the connections in between it and so forth. So I was like, it's been popping up on my Instagram as like an ad, and I'm like, that's a really good idea. But
Yep.
that and animal books. I'm gonna have her making robot animals.
Oh yeah. Dude, there's like again, we're a little too young to be like back in our day, but like kids
Are
these days,
we?
you guys, I don't know. The kids, they got some pretty cool stuff out here where like I'm buying it for
they really
our
do.
kids and I'm like, I'm excited to open this one up and just be like, oh boy.
I want this for me.
Yeah.
Move, kids.
It's just,
It's just you on the ground playing. Nice,
dude, they're sweet. They're so cool.
What
Like,
are some of the new toys on the market that I have to look forward to?
there's some. So, I actually ended up. So it's technically like a kid's toy, but I may or may not have gotten it for my wife because like she likes puzzles and things. And it's this puzzle box where it's like, hey, if you want whatever's inside, you got to figure out how to open it, and it's like super complicated. And so you have to like listen for all these different like latches to go as you're like solving some of the
Nice.
code.
You really
the- the-
code, like puzzle-y stuff.
Yeah, well, I did. I tell you like like how I got into therapy. I was tricked by a teacher. Um, because I was like,
Huh?
no, did I ever tell you this?
It's only vague, like vaguely
Okay.
familiar. All right, hit
So
us.
I got into it because I love like mysteries, puzzles, like I like nerdy stuff. Like
Oh
I
no.
love it. And my teacher, I was taking a psychology course, and I was like, I think psychology's dumb. And he was like, yeah, well, what sort of stuff do you like? And I was like, I like hard stuff, like I like doing complex math problems for a hobby. Like I want to do calculus. Like I want something
Fucking
like
nerd.
yeah. I want something difficult. And he was like, you know what the most difficult problem to solve is? And I went, what? And he goes, the human mind. And I went, oh,
He
don't come
got
in
you
here.
so easily.
Ah,
Bro.
yeah.
Bro, easiest one. He said, you
Oh
know
yeah.
what? He's sitting right at the top. I might as well just drag him in.
Mhm. Yeah. And I was like, say less, my friend.
Mm.
Let's figure this one out. And I was like, oh, he's not lying. This one's pretty complicated because, like, even though there's certain trends in the mental health field, every person's different and every situation is different. And so, like, every single thing that I run into, there's always this like, all right, what's going on
You're
here?
just
What
peeking around this box. You're like,
uh-huh.
tap, tap, nah, nah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a whole lot of that. So,
Oh, that's fun though. Bro, I gotta be honest. That's a very good reason to get in. Mine's similar, but mine's because I know there's in near infinite variety of these combinations of personality types and situations and whatnot that I'm like, I want to decipher each one and be like tracking it. Like,
yeah.
mm, how how did you get here in
Mm-hmm.
my office though? That's what I
Mm-hmm.
want to know.
Right.
Because hmm, there's no reason to actually be in my office.
This is,
I'm just a regular guy.
yep. But I mean, it's kind of I think that's like being curious about people and not you're not coming in with judgment. You're not coming in like, oh,
Mm.
I've seen this a million times before. Wait, what?
Oh, well, maybe not that example per se.
You're like, no, I'm definitely coming in with judgment for sure.
There might be some. Listen, let's not act like we don't judge. I know we're not supposed to, kind of, sort of. Like, there's a certain type of judgment. And I'm gonna,
Okay.
like, ride the line of that as. And be like, I'm just gonna hang out over here. I'm here. I'm on this side. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna get me in trouble later. I know that is.
I mean,
More,
chances are
more,
good.
more Holy Spirit wise, but there's gonna be some conviction about what I just said. And I'm like, you know what? Some jokes I can't make anymore.
It's true.
It's not. I like the jokes that I make.
Yeah, but those are uncomfortable moments though when you're like, yeah.
I'm like, yeah, because I know I shouldn't be looking over there.
Yep.
Happens in real time, people. Self correction.
Mhm.
But no, truly, it is about just like seeing how certain instances end up at their destination. You know,
Yeah.
and it is such a variety. It's like how I like colors. There's so many shades, so many different tones, and
Mhm.
it's like, how did you become this?
Mhm.
And I really want to. That's kind of why I want to get into it.
Yeah. That'll be sweet.
So, um, presents. Did you get any for
Mhm.
you? Like, what'd you get?
So because I'm a nerd, um,
Yeah.
my wife got me this book. It was a history. It was a sort of this like it was a book. It was like for history buffs, or it was. I think the title was like "So You Think You're a History Buff," and it's like quizzes, like
Oh,
you say it,
okay.
let's
That's
put you up to
nice.
it. Yeah, and so
I
you go
want
through
one of
different
those with
things.
animals.
I mean, there's got to be some out there. It was I took the first two quizzes and I didn't do as well. I mean, it was on ancient Egypt, and then ancient Greece, and I knew I got like
They do
70%
have
on it.
shared history.
Hmm.
Well,
Yeah, I
like an
did.
older brother, younger brother situation.
Yeah, I did. There was an interesting sort of one-liner.
Hmm.
Like I don't know if you've ever sort of looked up like the random facts that just kind of blow your mind because it makes
I do.
history feel really short. Um, but like Cleopatra is closer to our time
Okay.
than she was to the construction of the pyramids. That's
Hmm.
how long like Egypt was around. And so it's kind of like, huh, that's a little wild.
I told you the Harriet Tubman one, right? I think I
Remind me of
sent
that
it to
one.
you. It was like she was born a couple years before Thomas Jefferson died, and she died a couple years before one of our more recent presidents was born, or like a couple years
Oh,
after one of our more recent presidents was born. Let me
okay.
see if I can find it real quick. But it was an interesting one, and it did really just show how young our country is in general. Like, there's not much time that separates us from the very beginning.
Oh yeah.
Um, any other things?
I got some different like snacks and treats that are favorites. Um, let's see here. There was a coupon book that she made where it was like you get to choose like the movie we watch or like, you know, you get to sleep in instead of getting out with the kiddos and stuff.
Hmm.
Um, let's see. There was there's some other little things. We mostly did like stocking stuffers for us because it's like I don't know. We're old enough where it's like I don't really need anything, and
That's
you
fair.
know, we mostly wanted to do like more experiences with the kiddos. So we were like, let's just make those some of our gifts. Like, I'm gonna take each one of the kiddos and then my wife as well on like to a Timberwolves game, um, just for fun, and
Oh, that's
then
awesome.
yeah, and then this feels a little rednecky, and maybe it's not, um,
Hmm.
but it feels it. But we were driving, we were driving and saw this billboard advertising Monster Jam in February. So one of the experiences we're gonna do is we're gonna go to Monster Jam. I'm not a big monster truck guy, but my son, he's 7, and he's like monster trucks are the best, and
Mhm.
so the kids were like, oh, we're gonna go see monster trucks. I I don't
Okay,
know that.
to answer your question, there was a time in which I did, which is less rednecky. I was a
Okay.
child. So that makes sense because it's like you're just seeing massive trucks and they're
Yeah.
they're going over crazy stuff and it's just like wow. Now, if you have the same perspective as me, is like, well, now from an engineering standpoint, this is really fucking interesting because for them to be like moving as fast as they do, like they're all like hella torque in those things because those tires are not small. They're not.
Mm-mm.
And then also the engineering to keep those people safe in there, and which is what I find interesting about like NASCAR. Now, you're never going to catch me watching a race unless I'm at a bar, but those cages are built in some of the most
Yeah.
durable ways to keep them safe. And then also the cooling that's in there. for like instant cooling because it gets ridiculously hot. Like there's a lot of those other interesting facts that I'd be like, and then also they're running over shit. That's still cool. I don't care. Maybe that's just being a guy, like seeing some destruction still.
Like, yeah,
Nice, primitive.
yep.
But I
Dude,
don't think it's necessarily rednecky
I,
unless you go with a mullet.
dude, mullets are coming back, and like especially in Minnesota here, like the hockey hair culture. I mean, I'm telling you, like
Fair enough.
hockey hair, like they're like back with a vengeance. The mullets, which is wild to me.
They've more recently become more. You guys are more of a little bit purple at this point than I'd say as blue as you once were. So I could see that influence and
Yeah,
coming in as well.
yeah. So I don't know. We're gonna do that. What else are we gonna do? We did a concert. Oh, we're gonna take him skiing and snowboarding. So we're gonna do like some lessons together. So
Don't hurt yourself.
please,
I know that was tubing, but be safe.
dude. I've been skiing before. I'm all about it.
Well, now I'm worried about you.
I'm not
Now
gonna
I'm
bono
worried.
this thing. I'll be just fine.
All right. Okay, so I have the fact. Jefferson and Reagan were alive during Harriet Tubman's life. That's what it was.
Jeez. It's wild.
That's
is
how little time has passed for real. It's crazy, dude.
Yeah. Did I tell you the Snoop and Picasso one?
Also,
So Snoop
No.
Dogg and Pablo Picasso were alive at the same time for a short period of time.
oh wait, did you tell me that?
I mean, I might have.
That might have been on how old were you? We should bring that back. I
I
haven't done that in a minute.
I read that one and I was like, no.
And
Picasso
then you
was
look
like,
it up.
yeah. Picasso is way more recent than I realized, and I was like, huh.
Mhm.
In my short history in the U.S., I just assumed he was like, yeah, he probably painted with Da Vinci, back in the Sistine Chapel, man.
I didn't think he was that old, but I thought he was older. Like more like one of the French painters, like because there was a time for French painters heavy. But yeah, I got a couple simple gifts. It was a T-shirt that I wore already, so it's getting washed. And then Joe got me, says Super Daddy-O,
Nice.
and it's got some nutrition facts and whatnot. Oh, hold on. Strength, reliable, unbelievable skill, devotion and love. Devotion. Hold on. Let me just. Devotion and care, unconditional love, and then gaming skills. The unconditional
Alright.
love was the infinite symbol, and I was like, sometimes. I think I do have it sometimes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, or have learned parts of it at the very least. I'm getting there.
Oh yeah.
Other than that, it was a pretty chill kind of day for us. This was like the first year that I'm not really doing my other holidays that I've started up and just celebrated Christmas with her. As she's been she's been a champ and just like learning alongside with me and things for the events that I've wanted to do, and I just wanted to make this year more about her in that regard.
Nice.
So yeah, it was good. It was chill. We went and did pictures at a park not too far from the house, and then just kind of relaxed. It was a good day. Also, your gift should be there on Sunday.
No, you shouldn't have done anything.
I do what I want. Have you not?
I mean that's true.
I'm like,
I mean,
I thought we knew this, you know?
Yeah, that's why it wasn't like no, and I wasn't doing. I was so, yeah.
Yeah. It is what it is. It's really dope though.
It is.
It's really dope though. Like I know you said, about the graphic shirts and whatnot, and this is not a Peter situation. So we're good here.
Have you?
No.
Has he reached out anymore?
Yeah, nah, it's been curtains since that. I can only imagine he actually watched one of the episodes and we were ragging on him because it's been dead silent.
Peter, come back. Come on now. Like, it's been fun.
I'm sure our page is not on his timeline anymore.
Probably not.
Block that. Absolutely. No.
This guy's made fun of me and my weird
Bro,
location.
his shirts were weird. There was a lot of death in them, and I was like, gotta watch out for that. I don't like much.
Yeah, Peter's t-shirts looked like he had been. Peter's t-shirts looked like he had dropped acid and then went to a witch doctor. Like,
yeah, he saw some shit.
Yeah, he saw some stuff that shouldn't be seen by anyone. Yep. So that's what went through my mind. Like, oh, Peter, who did you dirty, man? You've seen some stuff.
Who hurt you? Come to my office. Like, we could talk. I'm like, I just want to be phoned in. I don't have to be in the office, but I do want to be in the appointment.
Oh,
I'm
for sure.
Curious.
Well, I mean,
yeah,
for sure, those designs make you wonder, like, how did the mind come up with this?
My other screen just like randomly shut off, and that was surprising to me. I was like, "The fuck just happened?"
Peter got mad.
Peter. My house is tapped, dude. I gotta watch out.
Peter's out here like, I'll teach you.
I'm like, we're not even live right now.
Peter doesn't care. Peter doesn't care at all.
He must have my Zoom calendar.
Peter's just gonna get his.
I mean, we have talked a lot of shit.
I mean, but we did come back to being like, hey man, but like, are you okay?
We did do that. So Peter, come on now.
We just want to know that you're okay, man.
He's not okay.
No.
I can only imagine. Well, no, because he was from Sweden. So the statistics of that, like, he should be happy. That's unfortunate.
He should be. Those t-shirts they're not happy.
I wonder if I can even find those emails anymore. I gotta find you, Peter. I'm gonna reach out.
maybe he's the reason the whole computer broke.
Bro. Oh, speaking of which, got my files back.
Did you really? How'd you pull that one off?
I had it go through multiple repair modes, and it seemed just to patch the files together.
Well done.
Because I went through them, and I was like, they're all here. They're all here. I was like, fuck. So I gotta post that episode still. I'm gonna put it as the lost files, something like that.
I mean, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm. So we got some topics today. I got a question for you. How much do you think people should suffer? Now I sound like Peter.
Sorry.
Do you think people should suffer?
We're just starting with that?
Oh yeah, we're gonna hit with that one. Yeah.
I got a book recommendation for you, by the way. Like, after that.
Get my notebook.
It's not related to.
I'm not gonna lie, I did stop reading my other one. I do have to pick it up.
Oh, come on,
bro! You weren't asking questions, so I went hush.
Where's your own individual motivation? Like,
That's a better topic. Because
That's okay. Let's get back to the suffering thing. Do I think people should suffer?
Mhm.
Maybe. I think suffering. I think whether or not suffering is good is dependent upon what people do with it. Like,
Agreed.
if you go through really difficult things and don't make something out of it or make meaning out of the experience, then I think it's just awful. It's a tragedy because it means you went through it and nothing could be
With no gain.
yeah. But I do think it can be meaningful and positive for people. So that's why I say, like, do I think they should? I don't know that I think people should, but there's sometimes where this sounds bad as a therapist, but I'm like, I think there's certain levels of human maturity and growth that I don't know that you can get to without suffering.
Exactly.
Like, I just don't know.
You beat around the bush with that answer. I'm like, absolutely, people should suffer. 100%. Yes.
You like to go like straight black and white, and I'm like, let's talk about the nuance. And also, like,
I can talk about the nuance, but also the long and short, the nuance is going to give you the same answer. Yes.
Yeah. But the last thing I need is someone to come in. I don't need someone to come in this office and be like, "Really? You think I should be suffering?" And I'd be like, "Well, hold."
Yes.
Remember, I said
I'm doubling down.
Like, yeah, for sure.
Okay, now let's talk about why the answer is yes. Because like you put it, to get like some true character standpoints and progress further in life, you have to go through points of suffrage. Like, you're just not avoiding that. And the way I explained it before shooting was, we all like our safe space. We love our safe space. And if we never step out of that, we don't know what other safe spaces or what other things and moments of solace there are for us out there. Because it becomes a multitude that you can then, find peace in, find some solitude in. And then not just be the same traumatic BS that you've had prior to. Because let's face it, after a certain point, those safe spaces are detrimental to us.
True. Very true.
They can only be there for so long.
Because then they just handicap you.
Right. And especially here in America, and I'm not sorry to say it, we suck at leaving safe spaces for real. And what I mean by safe spaces is just our box. The box that we put ourselves in of like, this is who I am, this is my character, and there's nothing for me past here. But there is. Don't be dumb. Like, what's wrong with y'all? But let me hold on, because I gotta stop hitting that point. I see what you mean about like, I gotta learn, pull back. But also, don't be dumb. Like, what the fuck's wrong with y'all?
Here, but that, I mean, that's kind of why I take a gentler route, though, is because it, like, you almost like, there's a balance to it, because there's part of me that was going to relate it to like when my kids are like nervous about something. If I'm like, hey, it's okay, it's safe, I know it's uncomfortable, like you can try this new thing.
I'm not like, talking to children, though.
I know, but sometimes, like, culturally speaking, sometimes people in the U.S. haven't gotten out of their box, so you almost have to go kid gloves a little bit, and then build a rapport to be like, now we've been through this once, don't do it again. Like,
culturally speaking, I would disagree. Because that is not no, that is not how I grew up. my
Okay.
my cultural standpoint is we confront our issues. We don't get bullied down to the very bit. Like, no, we fight back,
Okay.
which means you have to have some callousness about you to just walk through life. Otherwise,
Um,
you have a bunch of Midwesterners. Yeah, I'm not gonna
uh-huh.
say it, but y'all know what I'm saying. You got a lot
What? Why
of
aren't you gonna say it?
passive aggressive. I'm trying to build here. Trying to build.
Okay. I'll say it. Midwesterners,
Mhm.
y'all need to get some direct communication and figure out conflict. It's not bad. It's good for you. Embrace it. Lean into it. Love it. It helps you get better. There's nothing to be afraid of. The worst thing that can happen is you just not dealing with your poop. And then you gotta
That's
deal
a,
with it.
that's a. I'm like, the worst thing that happens is not dealing with it is act like truly the worst thing, and people don't pay attention
Yeah.
to that. They're like,
Yeah.
yeah, if I just shove this under the rug, it's fine. But no,
Right.
now you just have shit under a rug.
Right.
Like, it's still
the
there.
the only actual like bad path is to do nothing.
I don't know why my brain went to like an 1800s like French room, and they're just shoveling shit under their carpet.
Oh, Jean, we got to get this out of here.
Nah, yeah, it's yours.
Keep it under the rug. Yes, perfect.
The perfume. No, it's more
Also,
like,
can I just say we don't make fun of France enough? Like,
bro, we don't. And okay,
we need to. Like,
I took
we can-
French through all of my high school, and I am ashamed.
I think that's the unifying thing. Like, I know we just had the election, but Democrats, Republicans, this is the unifying glue that we need, is that France is dumb. Like, we
They
can
know
all
how to revolt better than we do. That's
No, they
damn sure.
don't.
Bro.
They botch it.
Tell
'cause
me,
they have-
tell me why we're not spraying shit all over our government buildings and whatnot because they're shit employees. That's what France did. That's also what England did. It was gross. But they sent the message. Fuck around and find out.
That's like
They were
like
targeting
your,
their homes next, bro. You want shit in your home?
When was that? I forgot about that.
That revolution was it? Damn, was it just the beginning of this year? Why has this year been so long?
Also, we should. Can we? Next time we film,
Maybe it was.
we should make outrageous predictions for 2025, just to see if they come true, and just see if we're.
But that's this episode. We'll be in 2025 next one.
Okay. Do you have any?
Okay. Crazy predictions.
Yeah.
I can't say that one in a video
Why not?
because the FBI could come knocking.
What? Oh, you think someone's gonna get a squirt gun?
Yeah. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
There might be some more ass nations out there.
That's not what. Ah.
I'm not gonna lie, that one top guy, sort of health facilities worker, people kind of like that instance. It might have. I don't know. I gotta beat around the bush with it, but you know what I'm stepping on.
Yep. Okay.
Fucking landmines, golly.
Yeah. Okay. I got one.
Okay.
I think the economy is going to poop. It's just gonna like bottom out.
Well, that's kind of yeah, you could project that like right
But I mean, but like,
now.
no, I know, but I mean, like, really, like, oh, like, buckle up, everyone. This one,
um,
we're gonna have to bond together to help each other out here.
from what I'm hearing, it's another housing crisis situation like 2008 coming up,
Ooh.
and they've been trying to push that off for 2 years, and the thing is, we fuck with inflation so much now that it's pointless to even use it as any logical standpoint. And the idea that they can just fluctuate it like that, like on purpose, and then they choose not to or when to do so. I'm like, that messes with the natural progression of that chart, where yes, you need a slight bottom out and in low periods for economic boom to then occur. It's in those slump periods that the most innovation actually comes. And the idea that we think otherwise is it's not smart of us, guys.
It's true.
Try and use better words throughout the rest of this episode.
Do you have any other like wild ones?
Okay. I know you took that take. What if I said nothing bad's gonna happen in 2025?
What? Okay. That's a bad sign because that sounds
In
crazy.
2025. I want that part underscored multiple times. In 2025.
Interesting.
There typically is a grace period, so to speak, before shit hits the fan. And more times than not, it's not the first year that shit hits the fan. There's false alarms, but it never really does.
Okay. All right.
And you can track that through each presidency. The first year is actually not as bad. It's those subsequent years when the new budgets and things like that come into play and actually have a time to take hold and do their thing before it happens to us. For instance, the whole tax situation that we're currently dealing with is not from our current presidency. It is, in fact, from our last presidency. You can check that. It's factual. What we're dealing with, where the lowest level is now paying a higher tax than the billionaire, is crazy. But guess whose tax plan that was? Just calling it what it is. There's moments where the next thing has to enact. And there's a moment, there's the lapse. So that's why I say not in 2025.
Okay. All right.
And also, Democrats, let's face it, y'all pussies. So you're not going to do anything. I'm not a Republican at all. And I'm like, bro, let's face it, for the vast majority of my life, adult life, I was a Democrat. More recently, it's been more libertarian, slightly leaning left. But let's face it, we need both sides, and we need both sides to do their job right. It's never gonna happen, but we gotta have them do it right.
Yep.
But there's a way to have proper back and forth conflict, if you will, and not the conflict that we're dealing with currently. This is just bullshit for the internet, and I don't care about it. But if there were true conflict, true debate over what is needed for the betterment of our society, of our country, and then of our subsequent allies around us, then I'm willing to be a part of the conversation. But this back and forth where it's popularity and all that, man, hush.
All right.
That was a very grown-up portion of this conversation. It could have been like childish or something.
Could have been.
Annie. Oh, we got a few minutes. You know what? No, we'll talk about it next time.
Okay.
We getting on y'all ass about nutrition, and not just y'all, ourselves as well.
Dude, I went for a run yesterday. First time in a while.
Nice. I've
did
been hitting my bike up again. I'm gonna get back on there today, as a matter of fact. It's been good, man. It feels nice. I just jam the entire time, and I like riding no hands, so I'm just out there grooving. Like, I might as well be like I'm on skates, but on a bike.
Yeah.
Cause there's some windy paths, and you just see me out here, no hands, fucking grooving, hitting the bends, man. It's a good time. It is a good time. Let me see. Good advice, real quick. Forgiveness is not for the other people. It is for yourself.
Ooh. Ooh.
We need to remember that part. It is not about alleviating the pressure from them, or seeking that, but it's about alleviating the pressure from yourself. And I promise you there's peace on that. So on that note, peace and love. We'll catch you guys next time.